Basketball Eastern quarterfinal game 3 as the Bulls here take on the Cavaliers. Let's take a look at our matchups for the game. For the Bulls, it's Pippen and Grant, Longley in the middle, Armstrong and Myers at the guards. For Cleveland, Mills and Hill, Kempton will start at center. Mark Price and Gerald Wilkins will be in the backcourt. You look at Pippen and Price, the two guys we've talked about all series long. Scottie has got to get started early for the Bulls. He's got to get rolling early. And you got to think Mark Price wants to do exactly the same thing. He wants to get off to a good start because this place will be going nuts. Chicago Bulls here in Cleveland have been very successful in the deciding game of the early playoff series. And the Cleveland Cavaliers 2-0 this year against the Bulls here at the Coliseum. The kid, B.J. Armstrong, what a job he's done. And of course, Mark Price, the guy he goes against. It's been a very physical ball series. And the fans, how about not Bulls again, Johnny? I think Cleveland fans are tired of the Bulls in this place. Our officials, a veteran crew tonight, Jess Kersey, Ronnie Nunn, and Hugh Hollins.
Well, they said they had 4,000 tickets left for this game last night, and I do see a lot of holes up there. So Wilkins and Fratello say that there's going to be another game here, but sometimes the fans don't believe it. They'll have to prove it to them.
Luke Longley will go against Tyrone Hill. People in Cleveland must be a little hard of hearing.
It is really up the noise level.
Man. All right, Hill gets it, gives it to Kempton, and they'll go back to Mark Price. And we'll see how the Bulls will play against the Cavaliers. Hill pops out looking for the reverse. That's Chris Mills. Price double team, and the ball deflected. Trying to get it inside, off the glass, no good. Hill gets it again, puts this one up in a foul. Underneath, offensive foul.
No, I'm sorry. It's on Pete Myers. It looked like Ronnie Nunn shoved that body out, Tom. I thought that's what it was, but
that's the way he pointed. That's the way he pointed, yeah.
So you see what Hill does best. He got a couple offensive rebounds right away. And I got a message here from Mike Fratello to tell Joe DeBono at the finals. I know, keep the food warm. Well, we might as well tell them. I know they're watching at Red Curves. Just out cheer them.
During the playoffs, Bulls shooting pretty well. So are the Cavaliers, except they missed those two, and Hill gets it tapped right to him. Price around the screen, and Cleveland is on the board first.
And Price gets off.
Bulls open up with Boris on the right side. Down low it goes to Luke. Longley against Kempton. Picks up his dribble. Goes to the bucket, put it up, and travel. Johnny, with all the fighting and all the problems they've had, do you expect this to be a tightly called game?
Yeah, I would think it'd be a tightly called game in the painted area, Tom, specifically.
Price off the screen, tries to penetrate, finds Hill. Longley over there. Scottie knocked it away. He'll get it back. Luke for the block. Gets it out to Scottie. Scottie brings it down the floor. Hayes missed it. Rebound pulled down by Hill. Gets it out to Price. They're 2-on-2. Price draws the defense. Blocked by Luke. The goaltending call.
Luke got it before it got to the board, but he said it was off the glass. Let's take a look and see if it is off the glass. It is off the glass. Good call.
BJ brings it across the timeline. With Price on him. Try and come out, give him some help. Luke has to go over and pick it up. Baseline BJ. Price right there again. Kempton over to double team. Horace from 15. And Luke taps it back to Pete Myers. Bulls will get a fresh start. Pip on the side goes down low. Big Luke watches the cutters go by. In the lane, lefty hook goes in.
You know, I got a referee now and a coach in front of me.
I know. I know just what you're saying. Price comes off the screen, gets it to Hill, put it up over Luke Longley. And Johnny, it looks like that screen roll is something they're going to use no matter what situation they're in.
Yeah, well, Phil said that's what we have to watch out. They'll be using two-man game a lot.
Horace finds Luke from about 16 on top. Scottie, shot clock at 11. Kempton picks him up. Mills comes back to get him, and Scottie lost it behind his back. Headed tip. Now the ball is loose. Luke tried to get it. Kempton gets it ahead to Mills. Only BJ to slow him down, and Mills lays it in. Make it 8-2 in favor of Cleveland now. Myers wants Horace to go down low. Luke trying to post up. Longley's got it inside. Nice bounce pass inside. The lefty layup wouldn't go for Scottie. Wanted the foul call, and Scottie looked at it. He would have been able to pick up that ball. Price inside Hill, and a foul called on Luke Longley.
Well, they are attacking the basket and doing a good job of it, pushing it up the court. Now here's the fake here, and he throws it into Hill. He comes down, and Luke waits, and then he goes up with it, gets him across the arm. So Hill shoots 2 free throws. Yeah, he grabbed the back of his shirt, missed the shot, and Pip turned around to say something to the official, and guess what? If he didn't, he might have got that ball right back.
8-2, Cleveland with the lead. You see Hill in the field in the free throw line, and he has struggled from the line so far.
15 out of 27 from the free throw line. Now they got to make sure if he misses this dude, not to let him get it back like they did last time and get Price's first shot.
Got the collar so far 0 for 3 and 0 for 4.
And that ball bounces right to the floor.
Scottie brings it to the wing, looking to make the move. Horace posts up down low, now steps out. They want Luke to jump in, and he does, and Kempton comes over to intercept the pass. Cavaliers lead it 8-2 as Price penetrates, puts it in. And Phil Jackson wants a timeout. Bulls will take a timeout. 8:44 left first period. The Cavaliers are up 10-2. Ronnie Harper and Jimmy Jackson taking in the ball game. Harper wondering where he'll be, and Jackson about his next coach. Phil Jackson talking to his team. And Mark Price walks back onto the floor. 2 of 2 with 4 points. He's also got 2 assists. And Johnny, that's something you and I talked about today, is if he shoots well, that's one thing, but if he shoots well and gets the assist, it's another altogether. Myers looking for BJ, still has it on the dribble with Gerald Wilkins. Now he lost it. Picks it back up. Lob down low inside. Horace for the slam, and the Bulls escape a very dangerous situation.
I was echoing the sentiments here of Phil Jackson standing in front of us. Come on, Pete.
Yeah. 10-4 now. Cavs with the lead as Wilkins has it on the dribble. Wilkins will get it right back with 9 on the shot clock. Myers right there. Gerald Wilkins for a 3. And Scottie Pippen runs it down. Pip wanted to penetrate. Kempton cut him off. Horace trying to post up, he and Hill in a wrestling match down there. Horace draws the defenders. Baseline. Luke put it up, couldn't stay in, and the ball is wedged between the basket and the board. That's a turnover, and it'll belong to Cleveland. Yes, sir. Oh, foul
on Horace.
Foul on Horace.
That's his first team foul.
The ball moves around over here to Luke Longley. Misses the little shot here, and then over the top of Kempton. Grant reaches in.
And Price kicks it out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Bulls. Turnovers, Bulls with 3, Cavaliers with 1. Scottie will trigger the inbound pass. Myers goes in, comes right back out to get it. BJ comes off the screen with Price right there defensively. And the ball tapped out will belong to the Bulls with 16 on the shot clock. And Johnny, Cleveland is very much the aggressor here first part of the game.
Absolutely. This is what you've got to get through this first 5-6 minutes now. A real upbeat game for them.
Luke turns and looks, spins, jump hook goes in. Luke Longley throws one in, and it's 10-6 now in favor of Cleveland. Price had it knocked away, but still got it to Gerald Wilkins. Back to Kempton, 16-footer. This guy is like found money, Johnny. BJ to the right side. Scottie comes around the screen, has it top of the circle. Starts to back against Mills on the right side. Scottie from 16 put it in.
Scottie Pippen.
And it's back to a 4-point ball game. Price on the dribble, goes baseline, puts it off the glass. Rebound Price from 15. And that one won't fall. Loose ball. Finally, Scottie will pick it up. Bulls can cut it to a pair here. Scottie stops from 21. Put it in.
Scottie Pippen.
4 points for Scottie now. He's also got 3 rebounds.
The Bulls were down 10-2. Now it's 12-10. And the offensive. BJ was looking for a foul. Double foul. A double foul on Mills, and watch him going down the floor.
We have a double foul.
Oh, yeah.
Foul is called on B.J. Armstrong and by Price.
And it's
Not technical on Price. But that's it. Did they call? We got to get this straightened around.
Technical foul has been called on by Price.
I think they called a foul on Price and BJ, and then they called a technical on Price. And Price is fighting away to get in here, pushing Scottie around. So we saw the opening of game 2 when BJ and Price got a technical apiece early in the game.
BJ hits that, and it's a 1-point ball game now. And BJ, well, he hits the technical, yeah.
And there was a foul on each player, I believe.
They're still trying to get this straight on the sideline.
It's a foul on Price and a foul on BJ.
Those are personal fouls, but not
Personal
team
foul
fouls.
on each player, and then a technical on Price.
All right, finally got it straight. Cavaliers lead this one by 1. Price splits the defenders in the lane, lets it fly. Back of the rim, Scottie there. Yep, pushing it down the floor. Bulls on a run, a 9-2 run. Myers steps out. BJ was trying to post up, and Price gave him a shot. Morris in the lane, turnaround jump shot. Comes up shy, and Hill gets the rebound. Price is playing very aggressively so far. Wilkins. On top, all by himself. Price runs around the screen. Top pass inside for Hill. Put it up, couldn't get it. Kempton with a rebound. On top, Gerald Wilkins open for a 3.
Bulls not sharp enough to pick that rebound up, and this guy comes right back where he laid off. He's got 3.
Scottie, quick jumper. Horace fights for the rebound, gets it, saves it, throws it out. Luke has to go high to get it. 15-11 now. Cleveland with the lead. Horace with Kempton on him. Wilkins comes over to help out. Heat in the lane, double pumps with the left hand, couldn't get it. Kempton with a rebound. 15-11 now. Cavs with the lead. Wilkins goes to the bucket, and rebound finally comes down to Scottie in the corner. Pitt moves down. Open Pete Myers, followed by Tim Kempton. And Pete Myers is asking for a little more than just a straight foul because he thought Kempton hit him with a pretty decent shot.
Pippen comes down with the ball, fires a pass over to Pete. He collects to go up for the dunk, and it's a takeout underneath by Tim Kempton, his first foul. And right away, Pete goes over and said, did he have a chance of stopping me on that play?
I hit him in the face, too. I think that's what Pete was most upset about. 15-11, 5 minutes, 2 seconds left here, first period. And it stays 15-11 as Pete misses the first. Phil Jackson talking with Jess Kersey. See the smile on Phil's face. Pete against Cleveland, almost double figures in points. And the Cavs lead it by 3 as the Bulls come out with some pressure here. Price at full speed comes across the timeline on the dribble. Kempton gets it back. Wilkins had it knocked loose. Loose ball on the floor. Finally, Gerald Wilkins will get it back. Ball kicked, lost. Hill gets it and couldn't buy it. Rebound, Hill put it in.
4 points for Hill, and now the ball is thrown out of bounds to turn it over.
Cavs out rebound the Bulls 9-8, and they've got 5 offensive rebounds.
How many has Hill got? All of them?
Hill with 2 offensive and 3 defensive rebounds.
5 rebounds in a game for Hill. He's done a great job for him.
17-12. Cavaliers with the lead. Rice on the wing. Kempton comes out to set the screen. And they're hitting on all cylinders right now. Lob down low, ball tipped away, goes out of bounds to the Bulls. And our baseline for tonight, Bulls 16-6 all-time playoff record against Cleveland. And Cleveland 223 player games missed due to injury. They were hurt this year. And there are some of the guys that are hurt. Inside, Luke off the board, couldn't get it. The tip wouldn't fall, and this one finally does. So Luke with a basket and 2 offensive rebounds. 19-14 now, Cleveland with the lead. High-paced game. Wilkins
backing in from half court. Well, I'll tell you what. They just let him take his space. Let Wilkins dribble, advance it. There's not much a guy can do defensively, hold his ground. Then they get down into the paint, and they call a foul.
And JoJo English will check in for the Bulls. And Pete will step out. So English will pick up Gerald Wilkins. Now, when this happened on Sunday, they tried to isolate for Wilkins right away. Let's see what they do here. Price comes around the screen, and a foul called. No basket, a foul called on Luke Longley. We've got 3:53 left here in the first period. Cavaliers lead the Bulls 19-14, and you see what's happening around the NBA in the playoffs tonight.
They're in the penalty, so Price will shoot free throws here. He tried to go around a screen, and Luke just tried to buy a little time for his guard to catch up with him, and it wasn't there.
Kukoc will check in for the Bulls, and Mark Price for the Cleveland Cavaliers. There comes Tony.
The Chicago Bulls, number 7.
Price with 7 points right now. And you see during the season and playoffs, his field goal percentage way down, 3 points way down, assists way down. But right now, 7 points and 2 assists here in the first period.
7-point lead to Cavs. The Bulls really haven't got it up yet. Got the intensity level up.
21-14 is the Cleveland lead as Scottie brings it across. Tony Kukoc tries to post up, and Mills will be called for the foul. And Scottie got that one away left-handed and almost made it.
That's
only their that's his first, only the third there. Now Rod Higgins will come in the game.
Sports Channel would like to welcome our affiliate TCI Cable and the viewers in Cuba, Illinois. Tim Kempton checks out. So Fratello trying to match what Phil Jackson does with Tony Kukoc. Inside it goes. Horace bumped, lost it. Loose ball. Horace went for it, couldn't get it. Ahead it goes to Mills. BJ comes in front, tries to distract him, does. Tip no good, tip no good again, and out it comes to the kid. 21-14 now as BJ stops. Free throw line jump shot rattles home.
BJ Armstrong.
BJ with 3 points now, and it's 21-16 in favor of Cleveland. Here Phil Jackson bellowing out, that's a walk. Wilkins comes around the screen, goes to the bucket, into the corner for 3. Rod Higgins with the 3, and it's 24-16 now.
2 threes in his quarter for Cleveland.
Tony comes up, bounces it. BJ takes it inside and is fouled by Rod Higgins. And we get a timeout on the floor. 2:43 left here, first period, and the Cavs lead the Bulls 24-16.
The Cavaliers lead by 8 here at the Richfield Coliseum. If it seems every time we're in the first round we're talking about a sweep for the world champion Chicago Bulls, well, folks, it seems that way because we're always in that situation, at least recently. Last first round loss, May 1st, 1990. In 1991, the Bulls swept the New York Knickerbockers. 92, they swept the Miami Heat. Last year, they swept the Atlanta Hawks. The Bulls again trying to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. This time they're trying to do it in the quarterfinals. Tom and Johnny?
B.J. Armstrong will go to the free throw line. Bulls looking for that sweep, Goldie, and boy, this would be a nice one to get. One of the things Phil Jackson talked to his team about today was the fact that they were going to have to come out strong at the start because he knew how this Cleveland ball club would react to the noise and the whole bit here.
Bulls are averaging 13 turnovers a game tonight. They've got 5 in the first quarter, only 1 for the Cavs as B.J. knocks in the free throw.
24-17 with 2:43 remaining here first period. And BJ's got 5 points now. Bill triggers it in. Looking for Price. BJ does a nice job of sealing him off. Price goes behind and stepped on the sideline and out of bounds.
Good pressure. They pushed him to the side. He wanted to split the 2 defenders, but he just pushed that ball out a little bit.
Steve Kerr comes in for B.J. Armstrong, and as Steve was running down, B.J. said, watch what he's going to do. Up says it was out of bounds, can't come in. (24-18) Cleveland with the lead. Kempton gets set to check back in. B.J. Bulls in a little mismatch here. Armstrong at the free throw line gets Price in the air, put it up, and a foul called on Mark Price. B.J. did a nice job in drawing that one. Knew he had him in the air.
Second foul on Mark Price. You're right. He came across looking to get that little jumper up. Then he gave the fake. When he gets down right here, gives him the good fake up, and Price buys it. And then up he goes and draws the foul.
There are things you can do against a team that's playing very aggressively. Try and get them to do the head fakes. Terrell Brandon gets set to check in. See in the series, B.J. shooting the ball fairly well. Here comes Brandon, and Mark Price will sit down.
It's a matchup that Vitello likes, Brandon against Steve Kerr. But when Price sits down like that, you would think B.J. would get a little rest here in a minute. They'll get him out as soon as they can, I would think, don't you?
Yeah, Steve tried to come in a minute ago, and then Phil Jackson called him back. Now he's going down to the end as B.J. hits the second. Higgins. Phil Jackson was really coaching this full court pressure. Higgins brings it across, finds Kempton. Scottie knocked it away. Here comes B.J. He's got Horace with him. B.J. stops. 17-footer is good.
Good defense. The Bulls pushed all over. Once Price went out of the game, they struggle a little bit.
Kempton gets it ahead to Gerald Wilkins. It's the 3-point lead. We've got under 2 minutes left here in the first period. B.J. with the last 7 in a row as Wilkins started to drive, drew the defender. Brandon, top of the circle, hits. So Terrell Brandon comes in and gets the bucket. Scott Williams in at center for the Bulls as Tony turns and looks against Higgins. He'll take the quick jump shot. Tony hits the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Hill. 6th rebound for Tyrone Hill. 5-point lead for Cleveland. Scottie has picked up Gerald Wilkins, and he's trying to go one-on-one. B.J. comes over to help. Long cross-court pass goes to Higgins. Kempton on the baseline. Scottie tipped it. Kempton gets it back. Now Higgins for 3. And B.J. was there.
What a line drive he shoots, huh?
Pip on the right side. Under a minute remains now. Horace pops out, top of the circle. Jumper goes in.
First 2 of the game for Horace. We got 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
26-23 now. Cleveland with the lead as Brandon looking for the high screen. Instead, it's Kempton who steps out. Scott Williams right there defensively. Shot clock at 9. Down low. Brandon got open but missed it. Here comes BJ, and Scottie says one shot. There's about 9 seconds difference, shot clock, game clock. Phil Jackson wants Scottie over on the wing. Phil Jackson hollering go. Tony takes it to the bucket but couldn't get it.
Nobody back.
This will be easy.
Nobody back that time. 7.5 seconds. Tony spun, went in. The basket wasn't there for him. And they left it unprotected in the backcourt, and Brandon has his fourth.
Got 7.5 on the clock now, and Jess Kersey wants 7.9, and there it is.
Wilkins all alone defensing Scottie now.
Pip comes across, gets it to Horace just inside the three-point stripe. Nope. Tony rebound wouldn't go, but tipped it in.
Tanks.
Basket is good at the end of the first
Count
quarter.
the bucket, and we have played one period here, and the Bulls have pretty much weathered the storm. Cleveland. All right, let's take a look at our first quarter stats now. The Bulls 10 of 23, Cavs 12 of 27. But look at the Cavs with the assists. 10 assists compared to just 2 for the Chicago Bulls. So Cavs moving the ball very well. But Johnny, I got to say it again. The Bulls weathered most of the storm through the first period. I mean, they trail it by 3, but I think they were concerned about what was going to happen.
Yeah, they did. They played through the big emotion here, and let's see if they can continue on here.
Tim Kempton comes back in. JoJo English, Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr, Horace Grant, and Scott Williams. Wilkins, Rod Higgins. Kukoc has it on the dribble, coming off the screen. Goes in. Tony with a strong move.
Good move. He went to his right. They say he can't go that way. Not only went to his right, he slammed it home with his right.
So he finishes one off, and now Gerald Wilkins. Here's that clear out that they did. In game number 2, Kukoc comes over double team. They find Brandon. Tries to penetrate the ball. Tipped with 7 on the shot clock. It'll go out of bounds. Bobby Phills comes in. Phills has got some blurred vision. They got scratched in the eye. And Mike Fratello says we found his first 6 shots of practice somewhere in the seats. And I love this one. The signing of Tim Kempton. We needed a redhead on the team.
Doesn't everybody?
There's Kempton and everybody. Brandon has it on the right side. Here's Phil Jackson saying go, and there's the 24-second shot clock going off.
And that's why he said go. He didn't necessarily want him to go stop him defensively. He wanted to make him give the ball up a little bit, and as they swung it around, they did turn it over.
Bulls with a chance to take the lead now. JoJo will bring it up. With Bobby Phills on him. Phil Jackson hollering, post him up, Tank. He wants Scott Williams to go to work down there, but right now it's Tony going to work. Draws the defender, finds JoJo in the corner. JoJo with a high dribble, had it tapped away by Bobby Phills. Steve Kerr goes back to help, and it went out of bounds. It'll belong.
That should be 24. He turned. He had control. He had control of the ball, dribbling away.
4 seconds to shoot.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
He was dribbling away with the ball and dribbled it out of bounds.
Tony gets it down the floor, finds Horace. Bounces back. Tony hangs off the glass and got it.
He took the ball out and got the basket. He's got 6.
And the Bulls take the lead. Reminiscent of game 1. Tony Kukoc comes in and does the job going to the basket.
Right. He got 9 points in the second quarter in game 1, then 10 assists in the first half in the last game, and now
Kempton travel.
All right.
29-28, Bulls with the lead.
Remember when they had no turnovers or 1 turnover? Now they've got what? 4 anyway. 5.
Horace with it on the wing as Scott Williams trying to post up. Down to the corner. Horace will go through. Tank come out, set the screen. Get it right back to him. Cross court. Tony open from 21. Tony rings it home. And the guy leading the cheers on the sideline is Scottie Pippen. Brandon calls a timeout. 10-12 now. As the Bulls celebrate on the sidelines, they have the lead.
If you're looking for bargains, check out the Cavaliers.
Tony the waiter taking it out with 4 seconds on the clock. He hits Horace Grant and he keeps going. Watch this. He'll come into your scene, drive into the pack, and just to beat the buzzer, you see it up on top. He nails it in. A nice job. Then he goes wide. He gets a pass from Tank. He laces it up the left hand and knocks it in. Tony, big second quarter here.
Knocked away. Bills comes back up to get it. Backs in against JoJo with blurred vision. He missed it. And the rebound, Scott Williams gets it out to Horace now. Horace on a nice run. The Bulls on a nice run. Horace not doing bad too with the ball. Kerr goes right side to JoJo English with Phils on him. Inside for the Tank. Turns and looks. Finds Horace from 16. Horace front of the rim. Rebound tapped and Bobby Phils is there. Phils drives in, dishes it off, finds Chris Mills who'll put it in. 31-30, Bulls in the lead. 9.5 left here in the first half, and Scotty's going to check back in. Right side, Tony makes the fake, fades, finds Horace. Missed one from there a second ago. Down to Tony. Shot clock at 3 at 2, and Phils pushed him. Bobby Phils will be called for the push. And Tony Kukoc, what a night he had, what an afternoon on Sunday. Most assists in a half. He had 10 in the first half. He had 6 in the first quarter and 10 in the first half. Sam Vincent did it against the Cavaliers as well. Steve Kerr comes around the screen. Brandon right there on him. Scott Williams in the post.
The hook. There's the hook, Tank.
Turn around jump shot. Nope.
And
Hill there for the rail.
Step in hook. He's right under the basket.
Bulls still hold on to the lead as Brandon comes around the screen. Mills with Tony on him. Hill posts up. Scotty comes around trying to get it. And Scott Williams comes over and picks up the foul. And Hill just delivered a shot to him.
All right, and Scott Williams walked away, and that's surprising. You know, Tank is boiling inside.
But he did the smart thing. He walked away. Scott gave him a hard foul, and then Hill came right at him and delivered a shot to the chest.
They went up for the ball, and they bodied each other. It looked like he was going to reach down to sort of pick him up, but there it is down the baseline. Scotty went for the steal. Hill goes up to slam it. Scotty got the ball, but did pick up a lot of body.
The personal foul was on number 42, Scott Williams. That's his first, team first. The technical foul has been assessed to Tyrone Hill.
Okay, so Scott gets a personal foul, which was called after all this is all over. The foul.
Steve
There
Kerr
we go. There's the
shoot
foul.
the technical, and then they'll go down and shoot 2 free throws. Can't remember the last time Steve Kerr was booed in this building.
Yeah, exactly.
Had some time here.
Bill Wennington will come in.
That'll tell you who your friends are, I guess, huh? So Wennington comes in for who?
See if Scott comes out.
Hill's going to shoot a couple free throws here. He missed 4 in the first quarter.
And JoJo English will check out. Horace got a little problem with that left shoulder.
Got some ice sitting on it. Chip Schaefer right on top of it. And we know that it's in good hands. Dr. John Heffron is here. Marianne, if you're looking for him.
Tyrone Hill finally gets a free throw to drop.
Yeah. You get him mad enough, I guess, and he concentrates on that rim.
1 of 5 this evening. And 2 of 6 now. We're tied at 32 with 8 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the first half. Scotty brings it to the right side. Tank turns and looks for the open man. And Scotty in the lane, but Kempton knocked the ball loose. Scotty gets it back. Delivers it. Scott Williams put it up, and he's fouled.
Now Tyrone Hill fouls him. So on Hill, that's his first. Tank will go to the line to shoot 2, and Rod Higgins comes in for
That's his first.
Tyrone Hill.
Second. Rod Higgins returns. Replacing Tyrone Hill.
Hill gets a nice ovation as he comes off. Scott Williams will try and break the tie here, and does. Tank has played pretty well in this series, Reds.
He has. He absolutely has. He's rebounded well for him, giving him points off the bench.
Bulls go back up by a couple. And Brandon will bring it across the timeline. Has it on the right wing. Comes over the top. Scott Williams, good help on the defense. Right side for Higgins. Drives in, back to Brandon. Soft jumper is good for Terrell Brandon. 6 points for him now. And we're back tied with 8 minutes remaining here in the half. Tony wanted it down low with Mills on him. Starts to back. Spins, baseline. Couldn't get it. And Bobby Phills with a rebound. We're tied at 34. Brandon down low to Kempton, who lays it in. 4 points for Kempton now, and the Cavs have the lead back. Pip wanted to go down to Scott Williams. Irv comes off the screen on top. Wennington, top of the circle. Inside, baseline. Scott Williams may have been partially blocked, and Brandon with a rebound.
He had no elevation in his shot. He just turned around and flat-footed it up there.
Brandon goes baseline to Bobby Phills. Phills baseline jump shot. Bounced 3 times and finally came off. Cavs lead it by a couple. Scotty fakes the 3. Rod Higgins on him. Wennington on top for Tony. Baseline Scotty. He's got Kempton. Scotty for 3. And Scott Williams with a rebound. Tank inside, puts a tough jumper up, and Bill Wennington will be called for the foul. Call over the back.
Steve Kerr standing right out here at the 3-point area. A perfect look at it, and they miss him on it, and they pick up the foul on Wennington.
Timeout called. 6:49 left first half, and the Cavs lead it by 2.
20 years of basketball.
Welcome back to the Richfield Coliseum. You may recall in Game 1 when the Cavaliers were effective early, it was Tyrone Hill and Bobby Phills who were playing well for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ironically, those 2 guys at the end of the season were playing good basketball. Last 3 games of the regular season, Hill was averaging over 20 points per game. So far in the series, the Bulls holding him to just 13.5. Last 7 games of the regular season, Bobby Phills averaged 14 points a game. So far in the playoff series, the Bulls have shut them down, putting their production to just half of what it was near the end of the year at 7.5 points. They have to continue to work well on Hill and Phills. Tom and Johnny?
You see the assist to turnover. Cleveland doing a great job. Bulls not passing the ball very well, at least not passing them for baskets. Right now the Bulls down by a couple as Bobby Phills brings it up. Scotty trying to tip it away. Phills on the wing. Brandon goes through. Kempton down to set the screen. Brandon pops out. Looking for the open man. Phills drives in, dishes off, and a foul called on the inside.
Well, Wennington, I believe, picked him up.
Foul is on number 34, Bill Wennington.
Bill picks up his second.
That's his second, team third.
Cavs still lead it by a couple as Mills gets it to Kempton. They get a fresh 24 on the shot clock. Brandon got some help as Phillips takes it along too. And Scotty there for the rebound. Accelerates up the floor. And now starts to back off. Tony trying to post up with Phil's on him. BJ with the fake from 16. Way off. Tony with a rebound. Put it up and he's fouled. On Sunday, May 8th, if the Bulls play the Cavs in Game 5 of the 1994 NBA playoffs, it's KFC Foam Horns night. First 10,000 fans will receive a pair of Bulls foam horns. Compliments of KFC.
Bobby Phills on that foul, so Tony will go to the line and shoot 2. The second one on Phills.
Horace ready to check back in, so apparently that shoulder's all right.
Horace Grant returns.
And Bill Wennington will sit.
Tony, your leading scorer now for the Bulls with 9 points in the game. And
add one to that. We're Tied at 36 here. 6 minutes, 3 seconds left in the first half. Horace comes over to double team Brandon. Phil Jackson hollering, you got him, and they did, but Kempton was there for the outlet.
Wilkins watch Tony now, one-on-one isolation. There comes Horace for help. Illegal.
Legal defensive warning.
And Phil Jackson up holding his hands out as if to say, what do you mean?
He wasn't doubling down. He was doubling out away from it. Looked like
Legal defensive warning is Mark Price. Tyrone Hill.
Mark Price comes back in. Tyrone Hill comes back in for Cleveland. They get a fresh 24 on the shot clock. Price comes off the screen, gets it back to Hill, just what they did early in the ball game. But the Bulls cover it well. Kempton in the lane, and Scott Williams was there. We're tied at 36, under 5.5 remains here in the first half. Tony finds Horace on top, wanted it back, has it. Scott Williams posts up. Tank turns one way, jump hook curls in for Scott Williams. Bulls coach is hollering to Scottie Pippen, wanted him to pop out to get around that screen. Wilkins on the dribble. Tony Kukoc comes over to double team. 6 on the clock. Mills along 2 is good. And Pete Myers ready to check in. 4 minutes 42 seconds left here in the first half. We're tied at 38. Did you see what's up around the playoffs tonight? Kukoc goes down low and a foul called on Mark Price. That's his third, Johnny. Price called for the push against PJ. Pete Myers comes back in as Tony Kukoc will sit down.
That's their 4th foul, and now Fratello streaks on down here to try to get him out. Here's the pass down by Tony, and two-handed bump out of there. So Price will sit down. Brandon's back in here. We've got a tied-up ball game at 38. Slow second half, the second quarter.
Phil Jackson called Tony Kukoc over as he brought him out, and he said, "Don't worry, I'm not pulling you out. It's not your fault." Scotty off the glass rattled it in.
Scottie Pippen.
Phil said, "You'll go back. I just wanted to give you a little break. That's all." 40 to 38 now. Bulls with the lead. 4:19 remains in the half. Wilkins dishes off, blocked by Scott Williams. Kempton puts it up, couldn't get it. Tapped again, and out it comes, and now Brandon will have it. Got the screen roll from Kempton. Mills on the drive, cross court. Brandon baseline long, 2-pointer rattles home.
8 off the bench for Brandon. Good job.
And we're tied again at 40 with just under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Scotty on the post up. Got Mills one-on-one down low. Kempton over to double team. On top, Scott Williams. Baseline Myers. Shot clock at 7 now.
Too crowded in there. Too crowded.
Baseline, Scott Williams. High arcing jump shot. Scotty with a rebound. Lost it. Saves it, but Wilkins the only one there. Wilkins stops. Fakes the jump shot. Baseline, Tyrone Hill. And missed that badly, but a foul called.
Offensively down on this end time. Too many guys trying to run into the center, and he can't get it open. Scott Williams went in, and Horace. One has got to be in to spread it out. Now that's on Scott Williams, and Longley's going to come back in the game.
Longley returns for the Chicago Bulls.
Spin around, and he takes a swipe with it, and on the hand, it looked like.
Sign up for the Miller Genuine Draft. Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic coming this summer to Chicago's Grant Park. Sponsored in part by the Chicago Tribune, Coca-Cola, Chrysler Plymouth, Sport Mart LA Tech, and Salem Sportswear. Call 312-943-5800 for more information. And missed them both. Ball tapped out. Will belong to the Bulls.
They missed 4, made 2, and now missed a couple. Still got a tie game. Slow second quarter.
Horace with it on the wing. Down low to Luke. Looking for the open man. Cross court, it's Pete Myers on the baseline. Pete for 3. And Brandon with a rebound. Tried to stay in bounds and does. Crowd wanted a foul on Scotty. He gave him a little show. Brandon off the screen as Longley comes over to help. Mills now puts up the three as a second thought, and it goes in.
He's just staying out everybody's way. Now he's got 11 points.
And the Cavs lead it by 3. Morris bounces to Scottie, and he's fouled by Tim Kempton. And Scottie Pippen will go to the free throw line after a timeout. 2:35 left here in the first half. And Cleveland's up by 3. Well, if there's a game 4 in the series, you'll see it right here on Sports Channel Friday night at 6:30. Following the game, expanded live post-game coverage with the Sports Channel report. Bulls and the Cavs. If there's a game Friday, followed by the Sports Channel report. And of course, if the Bulls win tonight, Sports Channel will have exclusive second-round coverage as the Bulls face the Knicks. It'll be great stuff. All here in Chicago's playoff headquarters, Sports Channel.
Well, each team has scored 15 points. I said this has been a very slow quarter. They came in here leading 28 to 25 after the first quarter, and they've still got a 3-point lead, except Pip will go to the line now on that second foul by Steve Kempton.
43-40. Cavaliers with a lead with 2:35 remaining here in the first half. And Scottie, you say, trying to cut this down a little. Pip with 7 points now. Also got 8 rebounds and 1 assist. 9 of 10 from the free throw line through the playoffs. And make them both for Scottie Pippen, and it's back to a 1-point Cleveland lead. And it looking to get it inbounds, gets it to Kempton. Morris tipped it away. So Cleveland will get another chance to do the same thing. Gerald Wilkins trying to sneak back a little bit. Now he's coming up. And Scottie Pippen trying to tell Pete Myers, you take him, I'll help out here. Phil Jackson hollering, go ahead, go ahead. And they get it ahead to Mills and bring it across the timeline. Brandon pushes off against the Bulls. Scottie comes over, knocks it away, loose ball. Pip bounces to Horace. Horace takes it up and is fouled by Chris Mills. And Horace goes down now.
Yeah, his shoulder was hurting him. That left shoulder was hurting Horace. We saw a picture of him icing up the shoulder, and they grab him coming on in.
Foul is called on Chris Mills.
22nd timeout taken by the Bulls now.
Here's the steal here. Pip goes out and gets the ball. He just drops a nice pass down. And that's the shoulder that he's had a problem with. And you can hyperextend that, dude. I still have a problem top of my right shoulder. I went on a shot and a guy hit me across here. I'm Danny Ferry's father. And I still have a problem with that. And that's what you see when he pulled that shoulder down. Horace reached up and grimaced.
Chip Schaefer down there working on him. He's almost right underneath the basket there on the baseline. Of course, you talked about John Heffron does an outstanding job. Chip Schaefer, the same thing. Tremendous trainer for the Bulls. See it one more time here as Scottie delivers the pass left-handed, takes it in, and you can see when you're trying to go up, it makes it very difficult. All right, got a full timeout now. 2:14 left here in the first half, and a 1-point lead for Cleveland.
Horace Grant will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws here. They trail the Cavs 43-42. This is during the timeout. They're working on his shoulder, and
he's really in pain, Johnny. He is in serious pain. But guess what? He's smiling at the free throw line right now.
Bulls 7 out of 7 free throws in this quarter. They've shot well during the game. 10 for 12.
Say it's a bruise, and he just got hit in the same spot and misses the first. He'll get one more. (43-42). Horace can tie it here. Horace with 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists.
And
Horace grimacing again as he stands there. Scottie comes over, help on the double team, but they go long pass down the floor and set up their offense now. Coming up on 2 minutes left here.
2 minutes.
Mills with it on the right side. He'll put up a 3.
you look at Horace. Horace dropped back, and that's his second. Chris Mills doing all the damage. He's the leading scorer in the game.
14 points, 6 of 9 from the field for Mills. Longley wants to post up. Tony Kukoc will come back in. Scottie turns and looks. Top of the circle. Starts to make the move. Get him in the air. Off the glass, wouldn't stay down. And Wilkins with a rebound. A 3-point lead with a minute and a half left here in the first half for Cleveland. Brandon gets the screen, goes baseline. Hill fake the shot. Hill with it down low. Backs in on Horace. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Wilkins. 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2. And it was tipped by Kempton, but the shot clock went off.
24-second violation.
Tony Kukoc will check in for the Bulls. And they're going to bring Horace over. They want to look at that bruise.
You saw the Bulls had possession of the ball, and it still stopped after the 24-second violation. Remember, Shaq had that ball. That cost them. They threw it out to Penny Hardaway. He was well on his way, and they blew the whistle and said, you got to bring it back here and reset. And they never did score again.
Cost them the game, yeah. Pete Myers brings it around Wilkins. Goes to the basket. Couldn't get it, but a foul called, and Pete Myers will go to the free throw line.
Tyrone Hill.
Tyrone Hill. That's his second. Penalty situation.
So Myers will get a pair here with just under a minute remaining. 57.7. Pete with his second point. Second one. High Archer comes off the rim, and Mills is right there to drag it in. 46-44 now is the Cleveland lead. Wilkins pops out with Myers on him. Going one-on-one. Tony comes over to double team him. Mills on top, goes baseline to Hill. Put it up, and a foul called on Luke Longley. And Luke,
third, yeah.
Luke complaining to Hugh Hollins that he just stood there. Hollins says he moved a bunch.
They're getting a lot of open passes down on that baseline, getting to go up to the line. The Bulls have got in a lot of congestion trying to do that same thing.
Still 3 of 9 now. The rest of the Cavs, by the way, is Mark Price, and here comes Scott Williams back into the ball game.
Scott Williams checks in for Chicago.
Luke trots off, doesn't say anything. And let's see if the Bulls try and get a nice 2-for-1 here. Cavs come with some full court pressure, and Tony beats that easily.
Look behind you, Tony.
Down inside, Scottie had it blocked. Wilkins comes up with it. Well, they'll get the 2-for-1, but not quite the way they wanted to. Shot clock, game clock, you see the 2. About 6.5 seconds difference. Tony comes over to help. They'll go baseline. He's trying another 3. Tony fought for the rebound. It's tipped out. Should belong to the Bulls. No. Cleveland ball. They say Pete touched it.
9 seconds.
9 seconds on the shot clock, and Mike Fratello wants a 20-second timeout. Cleveland leads at 48-44. And now they will get 20 seconds to talk about what they want to do here.
Well, the Bulls have not done the things that they want to do here to come in and play like they wanted to play. I think Cleveland has played very, very well. They're sitting here with a 4-point lead, 9 seconds to go. A lot of free throws in this game for both teams, but Chris Mills standing and sniping on the outside, as your picture shows you. Horace Grant with that ice pack on his shoulder.
Well, the Chicago Bulls in the playoffs Interesting numbers. You look at this now during the season from the field, 48 during the playoffs, 54. Free throws are up, points per game way up. 6.5 more points per game in the playoffs. And right now Horace again with that.
And they don't bring Price in here with the 9 seconds. They don't want to pick up a freak foul on him, but
Wilkins rolls out, was looking for the ball. Got to get it inbound. Now they do to Mills. That's what's left in the half in the lower right-hand corner. Mills starts to drive. Tony comes over to help. Couldn't get it. Rebound tapped again, and that'll do it. We've played one half of basketball here in the Richfield Coliseum. And as Mike Fratello argues, his Cavaliers are ahead in this ball game. 48-44 now as the two teams are going to come off the floor, go in and talk about it at halftime here. And Phil Jackson's got a little work to do. He's got to figure out how to put some more points on the board. There you see inside the Coliseum here, the back part, as the Cavaliers lead the Bulls 48-44. Let's go back to the studio once again. Big difference in this first half. Cleveland with 17 first half assists. The Bulls with just 5. And again, Horace Grant stands there. We got a report on him just a second ago. Johnny, what did you find out?
well, Doc Heffron and also Chip Schaefer told me that Horace had bruised his shoulder when he fell down earlier, and then when they grabbed him and pulled him on that foul, it upset that shoulder again. So he's got a severe bruise in the left shoulder.
All right, Bulls get it start here the second half. Pete Myers will bring it across the timeline. Bulls down by 4. Luke trying to post up, comes way out to catch the pass. And his pass is deflected, gets it inside. BJ had it tipped. It's still loose with 3 on the clock. Scottie's got to shoot it. The swallowing 3, and it hits the rim. And Mills finally tracks it down. And wait a minute.
Stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds, spinning, trying to throw it. It looked like there was a little foul on Pete, but he stepped out of bounds.
There's the foot out of bounds. So the Bulls get a fresh 24 now. Myers looking for BJ, comes around the screen. The kid from 16 put it in. BJ with the basket, 10 points for him now. And it's a 2-point Cleveland lead. Price comes across the timeline. Cavaliers trying to have at least one more ball game in this building. Price for 3.
Off the screen. Nobody went inside the screen. Price with 11. Third 3.
51-46 now. Cavs with the lead. Horace trying to post up with Hill on him. 7 on the shot clock. His pass deflected. Here comes Price. Lost it, got it back. Down the floor. Wilkins missed the jam. Horace had it, lost it. Hill put it up, blocked by Horace. Now Longley takes it away. 51-46. Cleveland with the lead. Myers down low. Horace went without the ball. Now puts it up with the left hand. That comes up short.
Boy, Bulls horrendous down there so far.
Price comes over to the side, goes down inside, high layup. Horace there, gets it out to BJ.
They don't cover. The Bulls have a man open.
Scottie top of the circle, jump shot rolls in. Scottie Pippen with a basket, 10 points for him now. Scottie a tough shooting night, 4 of 11 from the field, but he does have 8 rebounds. And the lead for the Cavs back down to the three-pointer that Price just made a minute ago. Gerald Wilkins and Pete Myers in a little battle on the wing. Now Wilkins looking to make the move. 10 on the shot clock. Goes baseline. Comes over and slams.
He went by him down the baseline and came out of it with only his 5th point. What a big slam that was for him.
Heat. Down for the G-man. Horace backs in, finds Longley. Luke goes to the basket with a left hand, scoops it in. Luke didn't realize how open he was and just got the little scoop to roll in, and it's back to a 3-point lead. 8 points for Luke. He's also got 5 rebounds. Wilkins again with the one-on-one move. Backs out by the three-point stripe. Pete Myers talking to him now. Still talking to him. Mills down low inside Kempton. Spins the rolling hook and BJ runs it down. The Bulls can cut it to 1 here. Cavaliers fans whispering defense as Luke goes down low. Had it stripped away. Myers back to Luke. Put it up and a foul on Tyrone Hill.
Hill's third foul.
The foul is called on Tyrone.
They're using Luke a little bit more now in this half for him rolling down that middle.
Regino McGinnis, Madeline Deal go to the courtesy.
The ball slapped over to Pete Myers, then Myers flips it back in. Luke goes up to slam it, and Hill on the foul.
Luke with a chance to cut it to a 1-point lead. Hits the first. He's got 9 now. And perfect on those 2. Here they come with this pressure defense. Luke Longley steps up. Well, those long arms could be a deterrent if you're trying to get it across the timeline. Price brings it across. Has it on the wing against BJ. The kid looking for the screen. Sees it. Price rolls. Puts it up and in.
BJ going behind the screen instead of trying to slide through that screen and stay with Price.
And Johnny, if he's going to do that, Luke Longley's got to step out as Myers goes to the basket and put it in. Fratello wanted to travel. No call. And it's back to a 1-point lead. Pete Myers with 4 points now. Into the corner, a baseline 3, and he is really spotting up well. Chris Mills for 3 more.
His third 3, he's got 17.
58-54 now. Cavs with a lead. Longley goes in, pulls up again. Luke wanted it, has it. Cross court, Pete Myers draws him out. Baseline, Scottie turn, jump shot, good for Pip. 12 points for him now as the ball bounces away. 58-56, Cleveland with the lead here. Price works and now backs it off. Kempton there to set the screen. That's what Luke's got to do, come over and help, but not put the hand out and push off. He'll get called for the foul. Johnny, if BJ's going to go behind that screen, Luke has got to step up or whoever it is and cut him off.
Well, what you have to do is either step out to cut him off and be careful of his crossover, but what you want to do is to make sure you got one hand on the back of Kempton and show yourself so Price can't slice as close to that screen. He's got to go out a little bit, which opens it up for BJ. And now Tank is in. Will be coming here. Price is to shoot a couple free throws. He had 14 in the first game, and he's got 14 now.
Here comes Scott Williams and Luke Longley will check out.
Replacing Luke Longley.
Price 3 of 3 from the free throw line and 4 of 4 now.
Well, that's the most points Price has gotten in this 3-game series, and it puts his team up by 4.
With just under 7.5 left here in the third period. BJ drives in, dishes off. BJ on the right side, open from 20. Comes up a little shy, but gets his own rebound. Gets out of trouble. Wants to go to Horace, who has it. Grant inside, put it up and in. Strong move by Horace Grant. 7 points for Horace. 3 rebounds. Also got 3 assists. Cleveland lead is back to 2. Wilkins on top. Kempton going to set a down screen for Price here. There's the screen. Price comes around. And ball lost out of bounds. They say BJ tapped it. We got a timeout on the floor. 6:47 left here, third period. And the Cavaliers lead the Bulls by 2.
And smell the pizza.
Cavs lead at 60-58. 6 minutes 47 seconds remaining here. Third period. And Johnny, after that first time, the Bulls had to weather the storm in the first period. Then Cleveland had a nice little run in the second period. They've had a little run here in the third period, but the Bulls seem to be having the answer. Not very good English, but the Bulls have the answer almost every time.
Well, you know, you pointed it out, Tom. They only had 5 assists in the first half, and now here they've got 4 in this quarter. And that's what they need. They need somebody moving that ball in so they go directly for the basket.
5 seconds to shoot.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They let Cleveland know. Get it inside to Price. BJ's right there. Tough fall away three off the board. Rebound taken down by Scott Williams, who comes into the ball game. Tank with his 5th rebound to go with 4 points. BJ trying to post up. Here's the reverse down low. Williams. They want the cutter to go through, and it's taken away. Wilkins gets it to Price. Down low for the slam. It's Mills. Nice pass by Mark Price on the play. He knew Scottie was waiting right there for him. 62-58 Cavaliers with a lead. Scottie goes on top to BJ, over to Pete Myers. A lot of grabbing and holding going on right now down in the Bulls' end. Pete Myers, baseline to BJ with Price right there. Shot clock at 2. BJ wide open, put it in.
Time running out there. BJ with 12.
Couple ball games in the NBA tonight. Atlanta at Miami, and of course later on San Antonio at Utah. Here with 5 minutes 41 seconds remaining, it's a 2-point ball game in the 3rd period. Cleveland with a lead. Mills and Scott Williams right there to take it away, but lost it. And Pete Myers comes up with it, bounces it over to Scottie. Pippen put it in. Scottie Pippen with a strong move.
Had some body. He looked over. He officially says, "How do I get to the line?"
Well, all that was happening. Pete Myers and Tyrone Hill were tied up at the free throw line here at this end. And Hill just gave Pete a long stare as he got up. Price comes around the screen. Phil Jackson wanted the illegal screen, and BJ will be called for the hold. And now at the end of the play, Scottie Pippen came over and gave Mark Price a little shot. Reds, this is getting very physical here.
Yeah, Pip again. Pip feels he's got to get a little contact.
Yeah,
I mean, a little bit.
Everyone says absolutely. But not like what's been happening.
No. Right. Here they come off the screen again. Kempton high.
Tied at 62. Kempton bounces it inside. Horace takes it away, gets it into Scottie. BJ's running down the right side. Taken away. Good play by Mills.
Great play by Mills. What a game he's having. Oh, wow.
Mark Price pops out. Has it on the dribble. Pushes off against BJ and hits the 2.
17. About his average on the season.
Cavs take the lead back with 4.5 remaining here in the 3rd period. Tank up to set the high screen roll. Pete Myers a long 2. And the rebound pulled down by Mills. Mike Fratello up, jumping up and down, calling out the play. 64-62 Cleveland. Here comes the screen roll. Tyrone Hill will come out and set it. There it is. Gets it to Hill. Horace over to help out. Out the basket, and he's fouled by Horace Grant.
Great play. Hill said, "Kempton, get out of here. Let me set the screen. I'm going to go hard to the hoop." Price picked it up in the corner, made the great pass. Here it is. Now he sets the screen, and then he rolls. Gets the pass. Bulls too late getting there. The foul by Horace, and is strong enough to put it in. Hill with 10 points in the game.
Steve Kerr will check in for the Bulls.
Steve Kerr returns for the
Here comes JoJo English as well. B.J. Armstrong and Pete Myers are going to sit. So Phil Jackson goes to the 2 backup guards. Hill with a chance for the 3-point play here. 10 points, 8 rebounds, and he's there and slams.
There's no excuse for not being able to have the inside and keeping your man, the responsibility, keep your man off, and the guy steps out on the free throw shooter. Hill misses it, comes back and gets a deuce.
Hill comes over, pressures Horace Grant. Scott Williams trying to post up, gets it down low. Tank, baseline jump shot comes up very short.
They're getting further from the basket now.
Wilkins finds Price. Baseline. Mills makes the 3, runs over. Foul on Scottie Pippen.
Jess, you must have been waiting for that. Pip's second foul.
And they give that a standing ovation. Kempton gets it right back to Mills. And Price on top. Bill Jackson just saying, hey, if you let it go on the other end as Horace gets the block. Kempton put it up. Scottie knocked it away. Price on the baseline put it in. And Phil Jackson wants a timeout. Timeout called by the coach with 3:17 left in the third. And the Cavaliers holding an 8-point lead.
Welcome back to Richfield. That 4-point play by Tyrone Hill a moment ago is exactly what the Bulls coaching staff is talking to the basketball team about right now. The screen roll penetration of the Cleveland Cavaliers has been extremely effective tonight, breaking down the defense of the Bulls. Now, it's not only the penetration, though. The Cavaliers here at home are shooting well from the outside, which, as you guys know, Tom and Johnny, opens things up. John Bach told me moments ago he feels that if the Bulls can start to force the Cavaliers back outside, make them shoot from the perimeter, they can gain the aggression and the momentum to come back and win this basketball game. Guys?
Well, they've got 14 offensive rebounds, Johnny, and that's a big, big stat for Cleveland. Because if they do rebound well, they're a tough team to beat. Scottie with it on the wing as Mills right there to pick him up. Kempton comes over to help out. Scottie with Kempton on him now. Down low. Finds Horace for the slam. And that quiets this crowd down of 17,778. A lot of them are disguised as empty seats as Cleveland holds a 6-point lead with 2:46 remaining in the third period. Wilkins as JoJo English gets around that screen. Wilkins walk right side. Oh, just unbelievable.
And they're all wide open shots, not a hand in his face.
21 for him. He's 9 of 14 from the field. Scottie on the right wing. With Mills on him. Gets the screen. Bill picks him up. Scottie lost it. Got it back. 6 on the shot clock. Pass deflected out of bounds will belong to the Bulls with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
5 seconds.
Kerr gives it back to Scottie. Shot clock at 2 and 1. Quick jumper. Nope, didn't get it off. Boy, Fratello on the other side has worked up a sweat, Johnny. When he was a broadcaster, he didn't do that very often. Price makes the move, accelerates, delivers it to Gerald Wilkins, goes into the corner. Kempton with a rebound, gets it back to him. Under 2 minutes remain now here in the third period. Fratello up at half court coaching his team. Price comes around the screen, gives it back. Kempton blocked by Scottie. Here comes Pitt. Wilkins trying to catch him. Scottie missed it. Rebound fought for. Horace gets it out to Scott Williams.
Pitt can't get to the free throw line.
Scottie for 3. Comes up shy. And Mills gets it out to Wilkins. Boy, Chris Mills has been everywhere. Wilkins wants to go one-on-one with JoJo English. Scottie comes over to help now. Mills wide open, but a foul call.
That's a 15 foul on the Bulls. Only 1 on the Cavs in this situation will put Wilkins to the free throw line.
Terrell Brandon will get set to check back in. Wilkins. Hits the first, he'll get one more. Brandon comes in, Mark Price will sit.
Replacing Mark Price.
Fratello wants to talk to Brandon.
Gerald Wilkins shooting one more.
Phil still working on the officials about the Scottie Pippen layup call. Or should I say no call. And the tank gets the rebound. Now picked up his dribble. Gets it ahead to Horace. Coming up on a minute remaining here in the third period. 73-64. Cleveland with a lead. And Scott Williams goes down hard. And Tim Kempton will be called for the foul.
Tim Kempton. That's his third.
Kempton picks up his third.
In the last 2 minutes.
Their first in the last 2 minutes. Cavaliers lead at 73-64 as JoJo pops out. Bounces right side, Steve Kerr. Baseline, Scottie. Open, fakes the three, starts to move in. Kerr for three. Yeah! Steve Kerr with a big three for the Bulls. 4 points for him now. And it's 73-67. Be nice to get a stop and a basket for the Bulls. Brandon delivers it to the corner. Ball goes out of bounds. Horace Grant knocked it out.
11 seconds.
There are 11 seconds on the shot clock. Phil Jackson wants Scottie Pippen to back off him a little bit, and he's going to do that. You see the commotion in the middle between Wilkins and JoJo English. Jimmy Clemens hollering to JoJo, stand your ground. Bounce comes into Wilkins. Shot clock at 7. Wilkins fade away, top of the circle, top jumper. And the Bulls will take one shot here. About 6 seconds difference. Shot clock, game clock. 75-67. Cleveland with the lead. Horace will run the baseline. Scottie wanted JoJo to go down in the corner. Picks it up. He's open. Scottie from 15 put it in. With 8.6 seconds remaining. And taken away by Steve Kerr. 3 seconds. 2 inside. Horace for the slam. What a great finish to the third period for the Bulls. 1.2 seconds remaining. And Hill doesn't get the shot off. What a finish to the third period for the Bulls. A 4-point Cleveland lead, but the Bulls are coming. Cleveland leads it by 4 as the theme from Rocky comes on. Our third quarter stats: Bulls 12 of 19 from the field. You think, hey, that's great, but Cleveland was 11 of 19, so staying right with the Bulls. Assists just about the same. And we're going to the fourth period, game 3 of this Eastern Conference playoff series. The Cleveland Cavaliers trying to make it one more game in this building. The Chicago Bulls trying to close it out. Tony Kukoc checks back in for the Bulls. He had a nice half in the first. We're at the Coliseum here in Richfield, along with the redhead Johnny Kerr. Our producer-director is Jim Angio. My name is Tom Dorr. The Chicago Bulls taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Rod Higgins checks back in. Tim Kempton will check out. Mike Fratello saw that Tony Kukoc came into the ballgame and made that change immediately. Bulls with some pressure defense here. Steve Kerr knocks it away. Bulls with a chance to cut it to 2 now. Tony wants to post up. He's got Brandon on him. Back to Joe for 3. Scott Williams tapped it out, and Wilkins comes up with it, and he's fouled by Steve Kerr.
Oh, boy. First on Steve. Scott tried to tap it out. Bulls had an opportunity there off of a careless pass.
75-71, Cleveland with the lead. As Brandon will bring it across the timeline for Cleveland. Mills with Scottie on him. Wilkins, JoJo English right there defensively. Wilkins stops, 15-footer comes up shy, rebound tapped, and Wilkins gets in the corner. Tries to penetrate. Wilkins puts up the 3. And this ball tapped out will belong to the Bulls.
They've done a pretty good job on Wilkins. Wilkins averaging, 26 points a game. Down to 8 here, but JoJo giving him a little tough time out there. It's good to see, Tom.
English will bring it across the timeline here. Would have been a nice three for him to make. Steve Kerr finds Scottie on the wing. It's a 4-point Cleveland lead. We're a minute into the fourth period here.
Oh, backcourt.
And And there's the backcourt call. JoJo English started to go away, and Scottie throws it, and Scottie comes up to him and says, my fault, JoJo.
I'll tell you what a captain Scottie is out here. He goes up, he wouldn't even let JoJo think about it. Scottie, the responsibility lies on the passer, and he just went up and said, hey, I got a kid, don't forget about it.
All the daily Southtown players.
And now Jess Kersey over talking to somebody on the Bulls bench, and Phil Jackson comes over and try to stem the tide a little bit.
Look at
Fratello up at half court again.
Standing there at half court hollering in their moment.
He's
about
lived at half court. John Paxson gets set to check in for the Bulls. Hill on top, and a foul called.
Scott Williams on a foul, his third.
Team second.
Here comes Pax.
Come in for JoJo here.
Bulls number 5, John Paxson.
Yep.
9:57 remaining in the fourth quarter. Miami 71, Atlanta 62.
Higgins gets it in and finds Brandon. A 4-point lead for the Cavaliers. Hill turns and looks. Tank went way off him. Brandon with the high dribble now brings it over to the wing. Paxson working hard against Phil's and an illegal defense called against the Bulls.
They'll shoot it. They'll shoot the free throw here. They try to take advantage. Pax down low. Bobby Phil's try to take Pax in the hole, and they get caught for it. So it looks like Terrell Brandon will shoot the technical foul. Boom, way off the mark.
So it remains 75-71. Phil talking to Hugh Hollins about the illegal defense call. Brandon now has it. Phil still trying to post up on Paxson. On top, Higgins. Right side, Mills falls down. Loose ball. Steve Kerr pick it up. Kerr gets it over to Conant. Scottie Pippen hollers to him, hold it up, down low, Tank.
Whoa, Pip, you got it. He was out of bounds.
Oh,
yeah. Well, the Bulls shooting herself in the foot. He went out and then came back in, I believe that was the call.
See the turnovers. Cleveland with one more. Brandon finds Phil. Bobby Phil's wants to work on John Paxson. Higgins gives it back. Brandon hangs over his head to Phil's. From 15, fade away, and Scott Williams gets the rebound and got shoved by Tyrone Hill. No call by running up.
That's about enough to put your back out of whack.
Still a 4-point lead now for Cleveland. Tank on a wing. Looking for the open man. Drives inside. Hangs. Put it up. Tony with a rebound. And couldn't get that one, but he's fouled. Tony kind of spun that shot. And we get a timeout on the floor. 9:31 left. And Cleveland leads by 4.
The Cavs lead by 4 here in Richfield. The other game in the Eastern Conference tonight with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Miami Heat leading the Atlanta Hawks 73-68. The story here with 6 minutes left. Kevin Willis and Mookie Blaylock have yet to score a field goal in the basketball game for the Atlanta Hawks. That series, Tom and Johnny, as you well know, is tied at 1 apiece, guys.
All right, thanks, Goldie. And Scott Williams was driving, and Johnny, we see it with a left foot right about here.
Yeah, his left sneaker blew out there on him. They put that foot down. He's out now, getting 10-2 by Chip Schaefer. Tony Kukoc to the line. 2:19 has passed here in the fourth quarter. The Bulls 0 for 3 and they're 0 for 2. Now Tony breaks into the scoring column here again.
Pete Myers set to check back in, and now John Paxson comes out. Phil Jackson down looking at Scott Williams. Now comes back. Chip Schaefer giving him a new tape job. Tony with the good first half continues here in the second. It's a 2-point Cleveland lead. Kempton gets the inbound pass and gives it back to Mark Price, who's checked in. Price on top. Finds Higgins. He'll back off over to Wilkins. He's had the hot hand here. Now Horace is out.
Horace, get closer. He'll take the three.
Wilkins starts to drive. Put it up with the opposite hand. Rebound pulled down by Tony. Bulls with a chance to tie it. Horace Grant grimacing again. Down the floor. Scottie laid it out. Counted and he's fouled.
Good play by Tony. He was hoping they wouldn't turn around. They ran with their head turned, looking at the ball and not at Scottie. He just went behind the defenders. There it is. Watch Tony flip it over. You don't call attention to it. He caught it. Bobby Phils.
And with the opposite hand on that side, Scottie puts it in, and the Bulls with a chance to take the lead here. $18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists for Scottie, and this is what's kept the Bulls in the ball game and what's really hurt Cleveland. And of course, as soon as I say that, Scottie would pull out a miss. 3 minutes gone here in the fourth period. The Bulls and Cavs are tied at 75. Wilkins comes around the double screen. And Tony comes over and just picks it off. Pushes it down the floor. Finds Kerr. Inside Scottie. Foul. Count the basket and the foul on Mills.
Kukoc with the steal. Tony breaks out with the ball. Pippen on that, what do they call it? A center post sprint out, I believe it is. Down he goes. There's Tony, steps in front of the passing lane. He just made a nice pass to Pip, and now here comes the Steve Kerr. Lay up and in.
Tyrone Hill comes back in. 77-75 Bulls with the lead. Under 9 minutes remain. And 78-75 Bulls lead it now.
They haven't scored since this quarter started down.
Price goes to the corner for Wilkins. He'll drive in, kick it out on top. Mills, a good three-point shooter. Pete Myers tapped it out of bounds, and it belonged to the Bulls. Pete tapped it, Hill got it, and it goes out of bounds. Will belong to the Bulls. An 11-0 Bulls run now.
Bulls pitching that shutout. Crowd very quiet here.
78-75 Bulls with a lead. Myers. Looking for the open man, gets it to Horace. Kerr steps back. Steve Kerr puts the shot up, no good. Rebound Kempton gets it back to Mark Price. 78-75 Bulls with the lead. Price stops, quick jumper. Mark Price is off. Rebound tapped, and Scottie's there. Tony tapped it to him. Now Tony running hard down the floor, all alone for the slam, and a timeout Cleveland. Tony ran down by himself. Scottie saw him. They'll give the high five, and the Bulls are up by 5.
Tony Kukoc coming up, get a nice bounce pass from Pip. Boy, he goes up there and slams it down, and that ought to make Elisa Alini happy birthday to you. Sounds like a Illini. Alini. Nice play.
7:54 remains here. 80-75 Bulls with the lead. This period, Bulls 3 of 6, Cavs 0 for 5. Kempton tapped away, and Tony check that. Tony will pick up the foul. He looks up at Phil Jackson, and Phil says, "Okay, you know what you did." Oh, Steve Kerr with a steal. Tried to save it, but instead, Price does. Bulls come over to double team. Back to Price, fakes the three, drives in, hangs, finds Tyrone Hill, blocked by Horace. Woo. Here comes Tony Kukoc. And Scottie says, slow it down. Wants Tony on that side. Scottie goes down to set the screen and wanted that. Gives it back to Tony. Open three.
Oh, big guy. 17 for Tony, and of course his first year. That is a career high. He's put a little everything in this game.
Price fakes the three, gets it over to Mills. 83-75 Bulls with the lead. Mills goes by Scottie on top. Wilkins over to Price, back to Wilkins. Moves inside, hangs, and a foul on Tony.
Pass off.
Should be on the pass. On the pass, that's the call. Tony picks up the foul. So they get a fresh 24 on the shot clock.
Bobby Phil's going to come in here for Tim Kempton. They're going small again, and now Tank. That's good to see, huh?
Yep.
Take a look quickly as Tank comes in the game. Tony Kukoc gets a lot of time from Scottie, and they say, take it. He says, okay.
You insist, huh?
I love this game.
Now Scott Williams is back in with that injured ankle. They retaped it. And Scottie Pippen wanted to stay in, but now comes off. He'll get a little break with just under 7 minutes remaining. Price steps out. Wants Phils to go away. Price one-on-one with Steve Kerr. Put it up, couldn't get it, and a foul on Scott Williams. They'll call him for the push.
You got Price missing that shot. Hill worked his way well inside, and now they got to go to the free throw line and try to break this with their worst free throw shooter. So that's the fourth on Williams. They're in the penalty here with 6:50 to go. BJ's going to come back in here. Tyrone Hill, who's had really a mixed bag of free throws.
4 of 11, but he made 2 in a row.
Remember what he did, though. He missed that free throw last time and ran over the court, ran over and got the ball and stuck.
He's done that twice. He's gotten the offensive rebound twice. Once he got the dunk as BJ comes back in. Steve Kerr checks out. Now Terrell Brandon comes in, and Mark Price will sit down again.
I would go out this time off of that spot, and I would spot face guard Hill coming off that line if I was Tony. That booze they greeted as they took Price out.
Remember last year's playoff series, Reds, when Price didn't play much in the end, and this crowd doesn't like that at all.
That was their first point.
83-76 now. It took them almost 6 minutes to get that point. Over 5 as the Tank gets it to BJ on top. Down low, Tony had a great ball game. Turns and looks, starts to back with Bobby Phils hanging on to him. Baseline, Tony put it up, and he's fouled by Bobby Phils.
All right, but he did 2 good things there. He took a lot of time off the clock, and then as he was able to make his move, Phils comes up with his 4th foul. And Tony to the line for 2.
83-76, 84-76. Tony Kukoc, a strong performance tonight.
18 big points for Tony.
Back of the rim, and Phils with the rebound, and Tony talking to himself as he comes down the floor. 84-76, Bulls with the lead. Wilkins with it on this side. Myers right there defensively. Bulls come over to double team. On top, it's Mills.
They'll shoot it.
Shot clock at 7, at 6, at 5. Mills blocked away by Horace. Shot clock at 2, at 1. Phils for 3 and hits the 3. The guy with blurred vision was seeing 3 baskets, they said in the paper today, and he obviously hit the middle one.
That's his first points of the game, and it comes on a 3. Somebody come out to Tony to get the ball.
84-79, Bulls with the lead. Myers has it on the wing. Bulls trying to put some points on the board without Scottie Pippen. Tank inside, lost it, got it back, threw it up, couldn't get it to stay in. Rebound goes out of bounds and will belong to Cleveland.
All right, Scottie, but your rest should be about over.
Yeah, right. Cavs have put a little run together. 84-79, Bulls lead it. 5.5 remains. Wilkins on the wing with Pete Myers right there. Wilkins at the 3-point strike. Tony comes over to help. Phils had it just go behind him. Phils makes the move, dishes off. Hill put it up, and it curled in. Phil Jackson stood up, and Scott Williams thought he wanted a timeout. Instead, he says, get it inbounds, and goes to find Scottie. Morris on the way, down low, Scott Williams. Tank looking for the open man. Myers.
Come on, Pete, look at it. Somebody.
Clock at 5 and 4. It's paid over by the Tank.
Big hoop by Tank. 6 points in the game.
He's also got 7 rebounds. And it's 86-81 now, Bulls with the lead. Phils backs it off, now on top for Wilkins. Down low, Tony picked it off again. And Scottie over on the sideline, coach saying, slow down. Myers down to Horace, fakes the shot and gets fouled.
He was fouled on the ground, they said, but that should be their 5th, I believe.
Horace upset, Scott Williams upset. Here comes Scottie Pippen, and Pete Myers will check out. See if he's gathering for the shot here, Reds.
Yeah, it's penalty anyway, so he'll go to the free throw line. And who is that, Wilkins or 32? They give it to
Hill will pick up the foul. So Horace Grant goes to the line. 86-81, Bulls lead it. 4:19 remains.
Hey, talk about Tony's defense all during the year. Now he comes up in this quarter with a couple big steals and some great assists. And he and Pippen combining for a pretty good offensive show.
There's Tony.
Horace with 12 points.
.81. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Horace. Scottie going baseline, tipped it but couldn't get it to go in. Scottie came on the runway on the baseline and just could not get that one to fall. Price finds Mills. Bobby Phil's open down low. Wilkins across the floor. Horace has got him now. This isn't the matchup the Bulls wanted. They wanted Scottie on him. Scott Williams comes over, takes it away.
Whoa, what defense the Bulls have played in this quarter. They've given up 6 points with 3:52 to go.
Good coach takes his time, brings it to the right side. Horace wanted to post up. Instead, here's the reverse of the triangle. BJ gets it back. Draws the defense away. Shot clock at 5, at 4, at 3. Scottie, long 3. And Hill with a rebound. 87-81, Bulls with the lead as Price brings it across the timeline. Around the screen, Price hits. Mark Price with 21 points now. And it's 87-83 in favor of the Bulls. Coming up on 3 minutes remain. Tony on the wing. Scott Williams wants to post up, pass it down low. With Hill on him. Tank starts to back. Hill reaches in. Scott Williams put it up and a jump ball. Tank wanted a foul called on the reach in. And we got a timeout on the floor. 2:58 remains and the Bulls lead is down to 4. Two minutes, 58 seconds remain. 87-83. The Bulls with the lead over the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it has been an interesting 4th period, Johnny. Bulls had a nice start as you see Mark Price's numbers. 7, 14, and 21 tonight. And I hope, you know what? I hope he stays right there.
Yeah.
The multiples of 7 would be perfect.
2:58 to go here. The Bulls have 2 timeouts in a 20. Cleveland 3 in a 20. We've got a jump ball now. Tank Williams will be jumping. I think it's with Tyrone Hill. Hill was the guy that came out to jump with Longley at the start of the game, so he can get up. The Bulls have to watch the long tap, the easy basket. This is one thing you must protect against. But he's going to go in with Chris Mills.
Bulls lead it by 4. Hugh Holland stopped play. Now says, all right, go ahead. And Wilkins came over to try and get it, and a loose ball foul on Pete Myers.
And they're in foul trouble.
Phil Jackson upset on the sideline. Scottie Pippen saying the same thing to Ronnie Nunn, that what Gerald Wilkins did was come in front of Pete and push him out of the way.
All right, there's the tap back. He slid in front of Pete. He came right in front of Pete, and they called a foul on him.
Tony will check back in.
Gerald Wilkins, 90% shooter in this series, 80% shooter in this series. I believe he missed one earlier in the game.
Wilkins at the line. First one on the way.
Nothing but net. Wilkins with 9 points. We are not going to see.
Go ahead.
The shot 3 tonight, are we?
Well, it'd have to be Scottie, wouldn't it?
Well, it'll be somebody on the Bulls. We saw Michael do it here twice.
Bill got in a little early. now. Bulls with the 2-point lead as Wilkins picks up Scottie. Tank steps out trying to get the illegal defense called. Right side. Bulls very spread out. Horace on top over to Scottie. Pip one-on-one with Wilkins. Backs him in. Fakes the shot over to Horace. 15-foot off. And Scottie fights for the rebound. It'll go out of bounds to Cleveland. They want a chance to tie now with 2:32 remaining. Here comes Pete Myers back in. Hugh Holland says he couldn't come in. 87-85, Bulls with the lead. Kept it on the wing.
They lost it.
Price lost it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulls.
That's the best. They played that screen and roll. Tank showed halfway out. Price tried to hook it with his left hand coming off the screen. Watch him try to bring it out with his left hand as Tank showed. Turn it over.
Bulls still lead it by 2. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remain. Kukoc.
Get it back to Tony if you can, maybe. With Pip.
Scottie. On the right side. Fades in. Couldn't get it. Rebound tapped out. Gerald Wilkins now. And the Cavs can tie it.
Less than 2.
Wilkins brings it to the side as they're on their feet here at the Coliseum in Richfield. Tony Kukoc comes over to help out. Mills had been hot all ball game and a foul on Scott Williams. Tank will be called for the hold. Basket won't count.
Well, this is what's hurt the Bulls here now. Coming down a stretch is the foul trouble.
Scott Williams has his fifth.
He knows that he can hit the shot. He tried to reach around the back. 5 on the Tank. And quietly they can tie it up at 143 here. This building very, very quiet right now, but they're about ready to erupt. There's one in. Mills with 22. A big, big performance for him.
A minute 43 remains. This could tie it. And a timeout called by the Bulls. A minute 43 left. We're tied at 87. Our producer director is the busiest man in sports, Jim Angio. Graphics coordinator is Doug Stanton. And our executive producer for Bulls Basketball and Sports Channel is John Toohey. A minute 43 remains. We're tied at 87. Goldie, what do you got?
Well, Tom and Johnny, you know, even without Michael Jordan in very close basketball games this year, the world champions have fared very well. Games decided by 3 points or less. The Bulls, the best in professional basketball at 13-4. And the Cavaliers not getting the call very often when it's close. Just 1-10 this year in the close one.
Well, let's see if that holds up. An 11-4 Cavalier run. That's what it's been, back and forth with the runs here in the 4th period. Kempton steps out to help. Scottie finds Steve Kerr, gets it back right side BJ. Horace trying to post up with Hill on him. Comes over to set the screen. BJ drives. Floater, rims out. Fights for the rebound and Mills gets it. Cavaliers can take the lead now with a minute 17 remaining.
Took them a long time to get a hoop. Now they got 12 and they're right in it.
Rice on the wing. Comes off the screen. Finds Kempton. And Scottie with a rebound. We have 1 minute to go. Pip across the timeline. One-on-one. Crossover Mills. Takes it away. Mills just took it away from Scottie. Wilkins will bring it up. We're still tied at 87. That's what's left. Wilkins. Cross court finds Mills. Bulls switch on defense. And another good switch. But Kempton is being guarded by BJ. Wilkins lost it. Mills on the baseline. High archer short. Rebound tapped out. Steve Kerr. Bulls want a timeout.
Oh, we got it again. Sudden Sunday. Whoa.
We will take a break and tell you all about it right after this.
Good defensive set by the Bulls there as Mills hands the ball to Wilkins. He's going to drive through. He comes up against Tank Williams, and now Mills gets a tough shot at it. It bounces way up in the air. Little Steve Kerr grabs a rebound and says, give me a timeout. And speaking of timeouts, the Bulls are out of timeouts except for a 20. Cleveland has 3 and they're 20.
All right, Johnny, you said Sutton Sunday, and before the ball game we talked about it. During the game we've talked about it. Why don't you set the stage? You're pretty good at this one.
Well, Michael Jordan, of course, made the shot that knocked Cleveland off, who was the favorite. He got an inbound pass with 3 seconds to go from Brad Sellers. He went across the free throw line. He hung as Craig Elo came across, and Michael knocked the shot in. Then last year, to close him out, they got a stopper in Gerald Wilkins. They put Gerald Wilkins on him. Michael Jordan held the ball on his side, actually lost his dribble, and then took 2 steps in, fired over Wilkins, and made another shot that closed him out. So let's see if the Bulls need that, or if they'll wait till the very end. What do you do here now? You take the time off the clock? This could be the last game here in historic Richfield Auditorium, and the Bulls would like to be able to close them out right here, not let them have another game at home. Bulls will put the ball in bounds right in front of the bench here.
Now they've changed the time on the clock. 24.6 seconds on the clock, 23 on the shot clock. Steve Kerr gets the inbound pass, gives it back to Scottie. Chris Mills has got him.
I don't think Scottie will go too far right away, do you?
15 on the shot clock. Gives it over to Kerr. Steve on the wing. Tony comes across. 10 on the clock. Tony with 6 on the shot clock. 5, 4, 3, 2. Spins. No. Rebound Wilkins, and the clock ran out, but I think they're going to give him some time back on.
Guess who's going to give them everything they got coming? It can't be more than 1. It can't be more than 1. 3 seconds left. It's a catch and a tap.
Well, Cleveland has called the timeout. 7/10 of a second remain.
Timeout, Cavaliers.
And it looks like maybe 5/10 is where it should be. Well, Cleveland has called a timeout, Johnny. They've got 7/10 of a second remaining. Mike Fratello talking to Jess Kersey.
All right, let's take a look. They gave it to Tony up on the top of the key. They cleared out. He finally went up with the left hand. The ball went off the rim, and Scottie got, that's what he was talking about. Hill gave him a little bit of a forearm to move him out from underneath the basket. And he's talking now with Ronnie Nunn. He says that was right there, and now he's talking about the seconds. So anyway, the Bulls could not pull shot number 3, although the stage was set for it.
Oh, yeah. Bulls 1 and 2 in overtime in the regular season. Cavs 4 and 3. Phil Jackson talking with his ball club right now. Phil giving him some instructions on what he wants to see here defensively.
I would totally put in my biggest player to take the man taking the ball out of bounds.
Do you look for a delay of game here, Johnny, or do you, I mean?
Yeah, they have one coming, but I would put Luke, somebody big time over there. The Bulls might just double a guy inbounds, not put anybody on him. Just looking for that closest pass. Well. The Bulls started this season many moons ago with an overtime win in the Hornets Hive down there in Charlotte, and now the Cleveland Cavaliers trying to keep alive this building for at least another 7/10 of a second, and possibly Kemp is going to be the guy throwing the ball in.
Here comes Luke Longley. Luke checks in. And let's see if Luke will use Mike Fratello up at half court again. Jess just starts to shake his head. Hugh Hollins comes over to talk to Jess Kersey.
Let's see where Price and Scottie go down.
Mills is on the opposite side at the 3-point stripe. Jess Kersey will give it to Tim Kempton, and here we go. goes out of bounds. Time is run out, and Mike Fratello is down in front of the Bulls bench. Fratello was right in front of us wanting a foul call. Time is out. There's no time on the clock. They're going to put 3/10 of a second back now. Gerald Wilkins with a big smile on his face gets up.
The Bulls don't. Who's ball? They want a timeout. 7/10. You'll see Gerald Wilkins break right down the sideline here. Two players going for the ball. They touch it, and it shows no time on the clock, but they put three. Boy, 3/10 of a second back on the clock.
Very interesting situation, Reds. 3/10 of a second. Now the difference is all they can do is tap it in here. They don't have time to take a shot. All they have time to do is tap it in. Phil Jackson talking to his team right now about their defensive stance, what they want to do.
Now remember, the ball moves up right in front of us, Tommy. We're sitting right next to the Bulls bench, so it's going to move right up here. And if it's going to be a tap, you're going to watch the back tap and somebody going right up to the basket. You got to protect that basket. Here's where we are, and this is about where they'll put the ball in play right in front of us here. John Paxson standing about in the spot where they should try to put it in.
And again, Johnny, now 3/10 of a second. The situation is that all Cleveland can do is tap this. They don't have time to catch it and shoot it, so they've got to take the quick tap. You got to throw it up by the basket and hope it goes in, right? I mean, that's about all that's left.
Yeah, I don't think you can throw it anywhere out past the free throw line because you can't catch and shoot. You said you got to tap, and you got to protect around that ring. Watch the back tap, the back pick, and a guy streaming straight down to the basket.
Playoff experience, well, both teams with an awful lot of it, but obviously the Chicago Bulls very strong. 419 total player games in the playoffs. Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, Pete Myers, Horace Grant, and B.J. Armstrong on the floor. Kempton, Mills, Wilkins, Hill, and Price. Mills will toss it in right in front of us. Now Hill starts out high. Let's see if he gets a screen and goes right to the basket. There's the lob. There it is.
Did anybody touch it?
Nobody touched it. BJ finally does. And we are going to overtime here in Cleveland. Johnny, during the break, we had a little confrontation. Jess Kersey and Mike Fratello, and don't give up on these guys now, because Jess is going to come right back in, and these guys are going to scream at each other. That went on for a good 40 seconds, those two screaming at each other. Fratello trying to get something, some kind of a call. We understand Miami defeated Atlanta 90-86. So a time extra period here. Luke Longley will go up against Hill. And a bad throw. Got to throw it up again. Got to throw that one up again.
Red ball. They
hit it early. Okay. Now Ronnie Nunn says, nope, wait a minute.
Tyrone Hill came out.
90, Atlanta 86.
They announced the score to the crowd. There it is.
You're going to rethrow it.
And they're going to throw it up again, and Phil Jackson will complain about that. Hugh Hollins had said it was Bulls ball. Ronnie Nunn says throw it up again. 87 all as we go to overtime here. Jess wants Scottie to go right back where he was, and now Mills wants more room. Now Scottie will go back down. And this time Luke Longley gets the 10. Right side, it's Horace Grant. Back on top to Pete Myers. 12 on the shot clock, and
3 seconds.
a 3-second call on Luke.
Two guys are battling down there, bumping and battling, and they call 3 seconds. A week out.
Mills gets it into Price. And Price will bring it up. Gets the screen from Mills, gets it back to him. Luke Longley picks him up. Wilkins comes in. Baseline Tim Kempton. And Luke Longley is there. Tim Kempton has had the magic wear off here in this ball game. Grant looking down for Scottie. Instead, they look for the reverse. Bring it back. Scottie trying to post up. Has it down low with Mills on it. Ball goes over to Horace. Puts it up and a foul called as Grant going for the shot.
Then on Hill. That's what, 5 on Hill.
Foul is called on Tyrone Hill.
His 5th.
That's his 5th.
Scottie loses it here. Horace picks up, gets hit, and a little slow. This was a little slow to get down to Phil Jackson here, and he was up. Saying I thought he got hit. So Horace Grant with 12 points in the game.
And the Bulls take the lead. Horace 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Cleveland out-rebounded the Bulls 45-38 at this point. Takes his time with the second one. Luke almost had it, but Hill was right there. Wasn't going to let anybody else pick that one up. So the Bulls have a 1-point lead here in overtime. Price on the wing. Kempton sets the screen. Luke comes over to help. Pete Myers right there picks it off, and Wilkins will foul Pete Myers. Good help by Luke Longley, Reds, to make it tough for Price to throw a good pass.
Yeah, he had the big body of Luke came over there, and Price had to throw it way up in the air, and it gave Pete a chance to go back like a center fielder going towards the wall. He got back, he got to the wall, and then out jumped Wilkins for it. Wilkins had to grab it.
One dog with a play, huh?
There you go.
BJ picks up his dribble now. Longley comes over to help, gives it back. Kidd puts up the long 2, and it curls in. BJ with the basket, and the Bulls take a 3-point lead. 14 for BJ now, along with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. With 3:30 remaining in overtime. Price has it on the wing, finds Wilkins over here. Hill out to set the screen. Horace comes over to double team. On top, and an illegal defense called against the Bulls. And Hugh Hollins looks over at Phil and Phil Jackson and says, "Don't wave that finger at me." As Hugh Hollins waved the finger at Phil, and Phil says, "Don't you do that." The finger that I'm talking about was the index finger that he waved at Phil. Price now goes to the free throw line for the technical shot and hits it.
Price has connected on the technical. Cavs basketball.
So Mills will trigger the inbound pass, and now they've got a chance to tie. Fresh 24 on the clock. 3:20 remaining here in overtime. Wilkins with Pete Myers on him. Wants the one.
He lost it.
It's tipped out of bounds with 19 on the shot clock. 3:15 remaining. And Mills will throw it in again in front of us. Fratello has lost 5 pounds. Wilkins gets the screen from Mills. Scottie is on Gerald Wilkins now. Wilkins goes baseline, hangs, throws it up. Rebound pulled down by him. Ball by Luke Longley. 90-88 Bulls with a lead as Myers has it on the wing. Luke trying to post up. On top, it's Horace. Scottie comes off the double screen, gets him in the air, splits him, takes it in with a left hand, couldn't get it. Horace with the tip, and Wilkins comes away with it out to Price. Wilkins near side, inside, lays it in.
Needed the foul that time. They could have taken a foul on the way. Mills with 25.
And we're tied at 90 with 2.5 remaining in overtime. Scottie in the corner. Here comes Luke to set the screen. Kempton comes out. Luke takes it in, had his shot blocked, and a foul called.
And Hill is gone.
Will go to the line.
And Hill is gone. Hill is history. Got 15 points. He leaves with his 6th foul.
Tyrone Hill. That is his 6th.
There's the screen set. Luke rolls, and now Kempton can't catch up with him, and Hill takes the foul. They'll come with Bobby Phills now, but they come with a better shooter, but not as strong a rebounder.
More defensive player, really, because Bobby Phills is the guy Tony Kukoc went off on. So Hill leads, gets a nice round of applause from this non-sold-out crowd here in Cleveland, and Luke Longley goes to the line for a pair. Luke with 10 points, 6 rebounds. 11 now. Tells you how he feels, huh?
Any foul after this, the Bulls will shoot free throws on. Bulls do not have a foul yet. Luke.
4 for 4 from the line, 12 points for him.
Remember, this is Luke's first year in the playoffs, too.
Yeah. Phills picks up his dribble, looking for somebody to get it to now. Scottie tapped it away, and a foul called. Horace holds his hand up, but Scottie will be called for the personal.
That's his 4th.
Foul is called on Scottie Pippen. That's his 3rd team first.
So 2:06 remains in overtime. 92-90 Bulls with a lead. Price is going to back it off.
2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes remaining.
You hear the call of 2 minutes. Price splits him, goes to the corner. Wilkins fakes the 3, steps in, finds Phills, who moves inside. Phills runs over, pulls B.J. Armstrong, and put it in. We're tied at 92 with 1:45 left in overtime. Scottie on the wing, goes on top Myers. Being pounded by Bobby Phills now. Looking for somebody to get open. Finally throws it for Scottie. Shot clock at 3, at 2, 1. Scottie lays it in the door. Pip with 23 points now to go with 11 rebounds and 6 assists. 94-92, Bulls with a lead. 1:15 remains in overtime. Price comes around the screen. Off-balance jumper. Back of the rim. B.J. with the board. Will be under a minute. And the Bulls lead it by 2. There's the minute mark. Scottie on the wing. Starts the drive. Bounces. Ball kicked. 9 on the shot clock. Off the screen. And an offensive foul on Luke.
Gee whiz. Tough break for Luke Long. I think he was trying to get out of Scottie's way on a play. They'll take a timeout.
Timeout Cleveland with 51.6 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't trying to get out. He was trying to set the screen.
We'll take it and come right back.
Overtime here in Richfield. It's just not the outside shooting of the Cleveland Cavaliers which has forced this game into overtime tonight. The Cleveland Cavaliers starting forwards have done a much better job this evening than they did in the first 2 games of the series when the starting forwards of the world champs dominated the Cavaliers. Look at the numbers, 42 points to 11.5. Tonight, though, Tom and Johnny, the starting forwards of the Cleveland Cavaliers have stayed with Horace Grant, Luke Longley, and Scottie Pippen. Cleveland actually owning the edge from the starting point of view, and that is why we are in overtime right now, guys.
And up 48-41 in rebounds as well. Cavs can tie it here in overtime, down by 2. Price behind the 3-point stripe. Morris comes over to help. They go to the corner. Phil's inside, dishes off. Kempton lost it. Phil's blocked by Luke Longley, and Pete Myers comes up with it.
Hold it up. Get it in B.J.'s hands is right.
They want the open play here. Over to B.J. Scottie posts up. 7 on the shot clock. Scottie down low to Luke. Reverse layup. Blocked. And they want a timeout now. Cavaliers want a timeout with 13.8 left, and we'll take the timeout with them. Bulls in pretty good shape with timeouts, but with 15.2 seconds remaining. Cleveland's got 1 and a 20. And Johnny, they'll bring it in bounds now. Down by 2. Bulls lead at 94-92 in overtime here.
I would now take Kempton out of the game. If I'm Fratello, I would take him out and get all the shooters I could muster. Put Rod Higgins in there to stand away from the basket. You don't need a guy who Kempton now has missed his last 6 shots.
And he stays in.
But he stays in.
Phil Jackson talking to Johnny Kerr right now about the foul situation. And the Bulls have a foul to give.
Oh, there it is up there. Yeah, they got 1 foul to give, is right.
Mills bounces it in, finds Wilkins. Top of the circle with Myers on him. Wilkins finds Kempton, back to Wilkins, puts up a 3. No good. Rebound Horace with 6 seconds to go. He called a timeout. 6 seconds remain, and Mills came over to talk to him.
He got hit. Horace going to shoot free throws. He went up to get that rebound. The Bulls do have the 1-team foul to take.
That's his 4th.
All right, a shot way out. Gerald Wilkins missed this is the 5th shot he's missed in a row now, and Horace went up, grabbed the rebound. They come over here quickly, and Mills fouls Horace. 5.1 to go. They still have a timeout. Bulls have only 1 team. So they've got a foul to take here, don't they? Yeah.
Well, now he makes the free throw, and they can still tie it with a 3. 5.1 seconds remain. Big free throw for Horace.
All right, Horace.
And now Cleveland wants a timeout. Timeout called by the Cavaliers. Here's the situation. 5.1 seconds remain. And Johnny, the worst the Bulls can do is go to a second overtime.
Yeah.
If you're Cleveland, jump in the huddle. What do you think they're trying to do?
Well, they can take the foul. I don't know what they're talking about now. There was so much confusion. What they had up there was they had 4 team fouls on the Bulls. They changed it to 1 team foul because that foul was on Luke Longley. That was an offensive foul. So the Bulls do have the 1 foul to take.
Well, I tell you, the thing that's been a difference maker in this ball game for the Bulls has been free throw shooting, Reds. You see the regular season in the 27 losses, they shoot 64%, and the 55 wins, 73.4. Tonight, the Bulls at 74%, 25 of 34. Cleveland, 15 of 25 for 60%. That's been a big difference for the Bulls. And your point is well taken, John. They have a foul to give right now with 5.1 seconds remaining. Coaches talk now. How do you try and administer that at the right point in time?
You don't dare foul him in the act of shooting, I don't believe, Tom. We'll see what Phil wants to do. He may say crash the screen. Don't let him set up for 3 outside if they do have a screen. They still have
Jimmy
a delay
Clemens
of game.
says, yeah, they got the delay of game left. Steve Kerr, B.J. Armstrong, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen. 3-point shooting for the ball game. Bulls 2 of 8. Cleveland 7 of 15. Bulls have 6 guys on the floor.
They're going to wait to see who comes in. That's what they want.
Cleveland wants a 22nd timeout now.
He's drawn up a play. You can't be drawing it up now, can you?
Well, that's what he's doing. I think what they were trying to see is what the Bulls were going to do defensively, who was going to be in.
They didn't let him see. The Bulls stood around. They had Steve Kerr and PJ on the floor at the same time.
And of course, we know what happened with 2 of those deciding playoff series with the shot and the shot 2. And Johnny, for a second, let's go back to our LA Gear game plan, because this has been so right on. Bulls had to protect the perimeter. Cavs have hit 7 of 15 3-pointers and run the offense. At times they've done that well. Cavs wanted to disrupt the Bulls and they've got 15 Bulls turnovers. They wanted to slow Scottie down. They haven't done that. 23 points and 11 rebounds, but Cavaliers did that in the first half. They really controlled Scottie, but the second half and in the overtime, Pip's been tough.
The two X factors, 25 for Mills so far, and then Tony Kukoc come in. He's got 18 points in the game, so we'll see what happens. Rod Higgins comes in. He's going to take the ball out of bounds. So they go with a bunch of long distance shooters.
And let's see if the Bulls use the delay again.
Yeah, they do. And Cleveland doesn't show anything on that situation.
And now, in fact, they make a change in their picket fence. The top of the circle.
3, 4, 5.
They get it to Price. And a foul on B.J. Armstrong.
That's the one they had they could use. Now it's 3-point now. And 9 will be put on the other side of the floor.
Well, Johnny, let me ask you this. With the Bulls up by 3, if they're about to shoot, before they shoot it, you want to foul them here and put them at the line?
You might want to do it again. I don't know, but you don't want to do it long range. Right there, Tank. 1, 2.
Wilkins catches, turns, puts up the 3. It goes over. Bulls have won in overtime. The Chicago Bulls have closed out the history of this Coliseum. The Bulls with a sweep get the